I want you to look up at the night sky. What do you see? You see billions of stars. But there is something you don't see, and that missing piece is the most terrifying mystery in human history. Let's look at the numbers. There are roughly 400 billion stars in our galaxy alone, and we now know that almost every star has planets. Even if life is incredibly rare, there should be millions of civilizations out there. Many of them should be billions of years older than us. They should have colonized the galaxy by now. The sky should be full of radio signals, megastructures, and noise. But when we turn on our telescopes, we hear nothing, just dead silence. Where is everyone? This is the Fermi Paradox. And the most likely answer is a theory called the Great Filter. The Great Filter suggests that there is a wall somewhere in the timeline of life. There is a barrier so difficult and so dangerous that almost every species that encounters it gets wiped out. The filter is a trap that stops life from becoming an advanced, spacefaring civilization. The most important question for the human race right now is, where is the filter? There are only two possibilities. Either the filter is behind us or the filter is ahead of us. Let's look at the first possibility. The filter is behind us. This is the optimistic view. It means we have already survived the impossible. Think about the history of life as a staircase. Step 1 is dead rocks turning into living cells. Step 2 is simple cells turning into complex animals. Step 3 is intelligence, animals learning to use tools. Step 4 is civilization. If the Great Filter is behind us, it means one of those early steps was almost impossible to take. Maybe the spark of life itself is a 1 in a trillion accident. Maybe the universe is full of dead planets and Earth is the only place where biology ever started. If this is true, then we are special. We are the winners of a galactic lottery. We look out into the universe and see nobody because there is nobody else. We are the first and we are the only ones. But then, there is the second possibility, the terrifying one. The filter is ahead of us. This implies that life is actually easy. It implies that evolving from bacteria to animals to intelligent humans happens all the time, all over the universe. But it also implies that there is a step after human intelligence that is impossible to survive. This means that thousands of other civilizations have reached exactly where we are right now. They discovered electricity. They built rockets. They invented radio. But then, they hit the wall. Maybe once a civilization invents nuclear weapons, they inevitably blow themselves up within a few hundred years. Maybe once they invent artificial intelligence, it destroys them. Maybe they destroy their own climate and run out of resources. If the filter is ahead of us, then we are not special. We are just the next batch of cattle walking into the slaughterhouse. We look out into the universe and see nobody because everyone else who reached our level is already dead. This leads to a startling conclusion about space exploration. We represent the hope of the universe. But finding aliens would actually be the worst news imaginable. The philosopher Nick Bostrom famously said, "No news is good news." Here is why. Imagine we send a rover to Mars, and we dig into the soil, and we find fossils. If we find fossils of simple bacteria, that's bad. It means step 1 of life is easy, so the filter isn't at the beginning. But if we find fossils of complex animals or ruins of an ancient civilization, that is a disaster. It would prove that getting to our level is easy. It would prove that the hard part isn't evolving intelligence. It would prove that the Great Filter is still waiting for us in the future. The more complex the life we find in space, the more likely it is that we are doomed. We want Mars to be a dead rock. We want the universe to be empty. Because if the universe is empty, it means we still have a chance. So, when you look up at the stars tonight, do not be afraid of the emptiness. Be afraid of finding something. We are currently walking along a tightrope in the dark. We don't know if the danger is behind us or if we are about to step off a cliff. All we know is that silence is golden. I want you to think about that. Are we the first? Or are we the last? I am your host. Subscribe to the channel and let's hope we are alone.